Good day everybody, and welcome to the Sonic 1 review. Oh boy, I've been meaning to get this review up for a while. No, seriously, Sonic 1, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but, to me, it's one of those games that I do play, but I only play the modern version of it because it has a spin dash. Yeah, but obviously, let's talk about, where it all started for the Blue Hedgehog. Yeah, so obviously it was 1991. Obviously, SEGA was looking for a new mascot to represent their company at the time, and obviously their final two choices was either, I believe it was an armadillo, or it was obviously a Blue Hedgehog, who was called Mr. Needle Nose at the time, but then they decided just to call him Sonic because it just sounded more cooler. Yeah. So obviously, Sonic 1, it's basically a fun 2D platformer, basically to rival Mario, because in this game, it's not basically focused on platforming, it's basically mostly on speed and platforming. But obviously, when you get to Marble Zone, this is where you have to deal with platforming, then you get people saying, "Oh, who turned up the Mario in here? Seriously, why am I going slow? I want to go fast." Green Hill Zone is a perfect level to get new players started. Going fast, amazing music, so memorable. In fact, it's so memorable that SEGA uses it in almost every damn Sonic game. Enough of Green Hill Zone already, SEGA. Come up with something original for once. Sorry, I had to say that out there. Sand Hill Zone, seriously. Not your best working forces. Yeah, so obviously, the level design, we have 6 levels here. They're all fun, unique in their own way. Spring Yard Zone is obviously a cool zone, a mixture of both Green Hill Zone and Marble Zone, where you have platforming, but it's fast-paced at least. And you get beautiful lighting effects. Yeah, so obviously this game, this game is fun to play, not gonna lie. You get some cool nifty power-ups, you get the invincibility, you get shields. Obviously you build up momentum by climbing slopes, and that's really cool. I do love that, because, you get rewarded for building up momentum. Yeah, where in future installments, they give you the spin dash, where you basically just hold down B and then just gain speed that way. Most people would rather just earn having speed, but whatever. And of course, we can't get a review done without talking about the negatives. I think it's safe to say that we all hate Labyrinth Zone. Fuck this zone, seriously. This is the worst stage in any Sonic game, period. Seriously. You're underwater for 95% of this level right here, and I am not kidding you. And at one point, in the beta version of this game, this was supposed to be the second level in the game, people. Just imagine if they would have gone through with that. People would have rage quit before they had a chance to actually see what potential this game actually had. So thankfully, they didn't go through with that, and they made this game the 4th stage. I always hate Labyrinth Zone. My first time playing this game, back when I was a kid, Labyrinth Zone gave me nothing but nightmares. It nearly took me almost 2 hours to beat this damn zone. Back when I first started playing this game. My first time, because obviously what killed me the most was the underwater sections, and of course the Eggman boss fight. That's what killed me the most, and I honestly thought, oh, okay, you probably got the worst of it, was over. Oh no, there's still plenty more to deal with in this game, on its ups and downs. Because unfortunately, being naive that I was back then, on Scrap Brain Zone Act 3, I had no idea that there was a shortcut to skip that area. I had to do it the legitimate way, and waste an additional 45 minutes just to get to Eggman. Or Robotnik. I don't care. I'm just calling him Eggman, just for the notoriety. Yeah, so this game, it's fun. It is a fun game to play. You want yourself a challenge, and a little bit of a headache on level design, then this game's probably for you. But yeah, Sonic 1, obviously this game, it is fun to play as. So our main objective, obviously, is we're a Blue Hedgehog, we're saving animals, this and that, from an evil scientist, Dr. Eggman. Fuck, man. Yeah, and I showed off that death there, because like I said, not everyone's perfect. I like showing up some fuck-ups here and there. So there, I hope you all enjoy. And we get fun zones like Starlight Zone. This is what the game should have been. Beautiful level design, fast pacing. This is what the entire game should have been like. Obviously, because once you have more, because every other zone, because between Green Hill Zone and Starlight Zone, you really don't get that fun factor, like where you're going too fast. You don't feel like you're getting rewarded. You're getting to a point where if you're going too fast, you're afraid you're gonna fall off the edge, or or go off a bottomless pit, or hit a cheaply placed enemy, and I hate that kind of design. And then of course we get to Scrap Brain Zone. Oh boy, now we reach the mad scientist's evil lair. And Scrap Brain Zone obviously has some annoying ass obstacles, like the saw blades, the flame barriers, and of course the rotating platforms. Yeah, but there are some fun shortcuts you can use here and there. Yeah, but seriously, man, fuck this stage right here. And to make matters worse is, in Scrap Brain Zone, you can't access a special stage if you're going for the Chaos Emeralds. Yes, the Chaos Emeralds. I guess they're plot important in this game, because in this game, there's only 6 Chaos Emeralds, and apparently they serve no purpose in this game. They're just there to get, as a reward. That's about it if you want to get the good ending. It wasn't until future installments where they became actually more important. But other than that, you just get them, obviously, on the special stages. But you can't access a special stage on Scrap Brain Zone, which is really bullshit, but oh well. Yeah, so obviously after that, then you gotta deal with Scrap Brain Zone Act 3, where if you didn't take the secret shortcut, like I'm showing off right now, you're gonna have a very, very bad time. And if you take the shortcut, you can reach the boss fight in less than a minute. See, like that. And of course, the final zone, unfortunately, you get no rings, and it's a Crusher boss fight. Like, motherfucker, that's just great. Not only do I have to be worried about getting hit, or it's a one-hit kill, but I also have to deal about getting crushed too. Well, that's just great. Why don't you just add bottomless pits to make the boss fight even harder? Well, actually, they do that in Sonic 1 Mega Mix in a ROM hack. Yeah, so obviously, this boss fight's not too difficult. It's a lot easier than the Sonic 2 boss fight, I'll tell you that, because I get a little paranoid trying to get 12 hits off the Death Egg robot. But here, you just gotta time yourself. Avoiding the electric orbs is not too difficult, but other than that, you shouldn't have too much of a difficult time. Yeah, so, obviously, our main goal is just to stop Dr. Eggman, obviously, because he's a mad scientist. Yeah, and by the way, Dr. Eggman was one of the final 3 characters considered to be the mascot for SEGA. It was basically a Theodore Roosevelt wearing pajamas, if you look at that fun concept art. But at the end of the day, they just went with the Blue Hedgehog to be their mascot. And, yeah, SEGA made the right decision. Yep, and to this day, Sonic 1 proved to be a damn good game, and the sequel will end up being one of the best games of all time. Cool. Yeah, so my final thoughts on Sonic 1 is, as a first impression game, it's a really good game, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a really fun game if you're not going for all the Chaos Emeralds. Because that alone is very stressful, trying to go through a stage, try to get 50 rings to get to a special stage just to retrieve a Chaos Emerald. And the special stages themselves are a little bit cryptic at times. They're not easy. Especially special stage 4 or 5, I forgot which one it was. But other than that, it's a fun game overall when you're trying to go fast. But, when you run into some hiccups like Marble Zone and Labyrinth Zone, I can understand a lot of people get frustrated like that, and they say, what the hell is this? This feels more like a Mario game. But, I mean, I understand, but this game, it still holds true in value, like it's a fun game to play. Like, for me personally, Sonic 1 is a fun game. Now, it's a game I would not recommend you play as your first Sonic game. I would recommend you start with Sonic 2. Just so you could go fast and all that, but then again, you'll feel spoiled by having the spin dash. But other than that, I honestly think this game is worth playing. You know, it's a fun throwback. You know, it's one of the classics. It's where it all began. You know, it's got fantastic music. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Starlight Zone's music. It just sounds so beautiful and majestic. Green Hill Zone, the theme is so legendary. It's been remixed so many times. And Green Hill Zone, like I said, it's been used in almost every modern Sonic stage. Like, they gotta stop doing that. Seriously, come up with something original, please. And they're doing the same thing with Chemical. Like, create some new original stages, Sega, please. You know, I know I'm going off a tangent here in the review, but, you know, it has to be said. Overall, the game is great and all that. It's worth playing. My final verdict is I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's a very good first impression game. Like I said, just it's a fun game overall. So just play it, just play it for fun. You know, try not to go for all the emeralds. I hope you all enjoyed this review. All right, peace.